like if Fnatic to go towards this, because you get to survive the lane matchup, and then you've got nice backline threat onto two very mobile carries on Vitality.
Yeah, it's also a champion that can be really tricky to dive. If you leave it in isolation, you know, you're not going to do a lot to it. Roam's better.
Need to be quicker.
Yeah, sorry. Just want the fights, you know? That's what I live for. Seems VTO does too, but he has to be a little bit careful here. Good bit of damage. Humanoid
the auto!
First blood! He saw it!
The early gold. I was going to say maybe go for the early Merc threads as well as the Orianna, but opting in towards the Ionian Boots of Lucidity means that he'll have more opportunities to poke Humanoid in this mid lane, but may suffer if Humanoid goes for some sort of ult into Charm. Which is keep track of. But video, they have to swap out of this one.
Instant flash charm! The knockup is there! The shockwave is good! But the kill comes through for Fnatic.
I got the Void Grubs, not bad.
Yeah, well, it does even up the mid lane kills overall. Gives a lot of free time on the bot side for KazaLoLLCShighlights and Hylissang as the 1v1's top lane just continue to come through. Photon still has access to ult, as does Oscar, but Humanoid on the way. Razork too. Photon immediately going to ult for a little bit of extra movement speed. Needs to sidestep. Clean Q back to interrupt the vault breaker from Photon, forcing the ult out as well. They're going to grab the kill, but it's a solid play to kick things off. Oscar walking away, keeping that passive up too. Fnatic, another excellent dive.
And that was really cleanly executed. Even if Osgurnan had taken an extra tower shot, had the Resurrects, it would have been completely fine. I think that's where, again, it comes back to Fnatic are the one Vitality want to try and fight this. But Noah didn't go boss. He's starting to come in. Humanoid very late on the reset, though, means that Vitality should be able to get the majority of these.
Hylissang's right there, though. There's not really anyone they can isolate other than Douglas. Snare's not going to connect. Douglas tries to interrupt, but crucially Razork gets one. Hylissang now leaping in. The jungler just going to get taken out. Doesn't even get a chance to ultimate. Hylissang now trying to walk back to the rest of his team. Charm connecting. Ulti from Mars going to lock up two. VTO hit on the backside as Fnatic.
And Fnatic want to turn their attention to VTO to find the pick beforehand.
VTO needs to walk up, but the flash forward into the ultimate. Jun immediately going to follow with the entrance. Noah's got the damage, and that's going to be the kill. Shockwave fizzles because the Orianna dies mid-animation. 1v1 on the top side. Photon doing a lot of work here. Oscar starting to fall behind. The Aatrox online. Let's bouncing out to safety. Getting the extra blobs will be okay, but the Dragon's been started by Fnatic. Vitality now walking up. 3v3. Humanoid not in the immediate area. Will finally start to walk over. Vitality. This is kind of crazy to be contesting this. Even without ulti, Humanoid is still a powerhouse. Decent damage onto Hylissang. Douglas buying as much base as they can, but Carzzy slowly but surely started to chip away at these health bars. That's a beefy catfish, but the engage is there. Hylissang gets a bit more space. TP now coming in. Carzzy into the back line. It's a melee range Senna, and it's working. Jun now on the retreat. Blast cone out. Carzzy wants to finish the kill. He wants one more, but Humanoid is here to punish. That's one back for the Ahri. A bit extra healing. Razork still stepping up. Needs to be a bit careful. Douglas, the body block from VTO is good to stop Razork from getting to the back line. The shockwave is there. It didn't get used in the previous fight. The dash up just in time for Humanoid to get out, but Jun lingers a bit too long. He wants one back, and it's a double for VTO. Trouble here is relatively tanky, but it's 3 members of Fnatic, 4 members of Fnatic, but Noah's going to turn his sights back on the mid lane. TP out, waits for the charm. There's no way that works. What? Damage, as you can see from the Santander, total damage. He is playing against his axe. Those numbers are a bit fake for VTO. Carzzy doing a bit of work here. Oscar coming in, though. VTO now the one who's been caught out, making him kiss. The shockwave coming through as well, but Fnatic obliterate that fight. They don't have their support. Never mind, that's their support. It's Carzzy. He hasn't been farming, and now he's dead. But Noah already completing the Blade of the Rune King. Ulti in onto Photon. It's a bit of a delayed exchange. Shield coming in from the Senna. TP there as well. Nice play to kick things off from Photon, forcing the flash out from Razork. Humanoid dashes over the wall. Photon has to be careful about stepping too far up. Douglas on the way. Razork now retreating back to enemy territory, just trying to draw Vitality's attention. He knows the play is fizzled. Most he's going to have to give is his life. Nice turn back cover on the Carzzy. Good damage, and here comes Oscar! It's a genius play in the end. He buys time for the rest of his team to show up, and Razork still alive. Stopwatch is there, but Oscar Reddit bouncing through the back line effortlessly. Vitality now on the retreat. Fnatic pushing forward with 4, but one more time. The interrupt on the Arctic Assault. Douglas going to find the angle, but the charm over the wall on the VTO is big. Double kill for Noah. Fnatic.
With the amount Fnatic are churning out right now.
Certainly not. Herald used on the top side. Carzzy getting shredded. Hylissang finally going to use the ultimate Devour, but he's just buying a couple extra seconds. Now going to journey out to safety, trying to spit Carzzy out. That shield going to start to fade away. Curse of the Black Mist, trying to stay healthy. Flash back from Carzzy is good to deny the initial pick, but now it's Hylissang who's in trouble. Herald on the top side, already going to grab the tower. Tom Kench likely to fall. Shield now finally coming through on the thick skip, but the charm connects. And Noah now on a killing spree. One more charge into the top. Relatively low on cooldowns as Carzzy is in enemy territory right now. Vitality I think overstaying here. They're trying to take the jungle out to make sure that nothing can happen, and Razork's still alive again for a second. The healing coming through Sunder Sky, looking like a nice and balanced item in that moment. Vitality again. They can't help it. They want to kill Razork so bad, but they're all dying for their attempts. The shockwave is good from VTO, but the follow-up is not enough. Hylissang out. Fnatic obliterating Vitality.
Going to be able to get Razork, as you say, getting those small heals from the Sunder Sky. And then the team is temper out on Vitality. This guy has had a great series. The Xayah game last time, most damage in that last fight. Stepping up again.
Shockwave good to start things off. Jun though, humanoid off to the side as well. Again, another fight. In the blink of an eye, they're gone. They disappear. Vitality sent running. Fnatic so clean when they pull the trigger, when they have the tools to start a fight. They're gonna start it. Photon tries to get something back. The Aatrox is good. It brings a bit of hope for Vitality, but not enough to take the fight. Humanoid plays cleanup. It's a double for the Ahri. The triple coming in for Noah. And an absolute slaughter.
And you could just get both of these outer towers now. Noah going to finish off the mid lane. There's going to be another minion wave Congo wave lining its way in a moment. And they move their attention to bot side as well, as Oscar wants to try and push that one in. Dragon up and available as well. Vitality lose so much off the back of that play thanks to the Baron buff.
That's a 5k Baron power play. We must have missed a lot of towers going down in that replay.
Yeah, I mean, they already are putting pressure onto the bottom side tower, which is why you're seeing 3 members of Vitality try to go there, but Osgridden doesn't give them the angle of attack. Instead, it just gives Fnatic 2 more towers on the top side of the map. And now Vitality trying to see if they can make some sort of play in here, but Osgridden, he gets bot side tower as well. He can still TP in.
And advantage.
Blood in the water.
Razork unstoppable. Jun immediately falls up. Hylissang denies the play. Carzzy, does he have enough damage to bring this fight back? Good ulti across the team. Flash away from the Zac, but Humanoid's on the chase. Determined. The knockup from Hylissang buys a bit more space, but the base is falling apart. Razork doesn't even care about the fight, and that's it. They're done. Ring the bell. Throw in the towel. This game is over. Fnatic, with absolute confidence from beginning to end, move on to match point. It's going to take a moment longer, but Vitality are sent back to the drawing board for game 4.
There is no mercy from Fnatic. You cannot give them that much control in the early game, and Vitality just found out why.